Hi, welcome to part number 3 of this short video series about projects, manufacturing and warehouse management. In this video, we will look at how to use warehouse activities such as warehouse picks and putaways for a production order, and therefore after that we will use the same features to handle output of our production order for the project. Let's get started. As a quick summary, let me show you where we are. We are using this location where I have everything on, including, of course, direct to put away and pick. And I also used warehouse picks mandatory. Well, this is, of course, the system is forcing me to use it, but I do want that kind of automation. I also enabled warehouse put away for production. So I'm actually using the full scale of capabilities available for a warehouse location in Business Central for manufacturing. So I'm taking complexity to the next level here. I'm really stretching the features, the capabilities of the system, but I want to do it on purpose because, again, I want to show you that more complexity does not mean making the system more difficult to use. Quite the opposite. More complexity with good configuration means we let the system do the heavy lifting for us. So with this rather complex setup, I have my item on a production order. And also, before we get into it, when I use the planning engine and I set up my item correctly, even though I don't have a reservation, because remember, this is not an MPS order. In the previous video, I showed you the difference between an MPS order using capable to promise and an MRP order using the planning engine. But with dynamic order tracking, the system tells me that the supply, this order, supplied by the production order, is for a project. And so from here, I can always track the project that created the demand that will be fulfilled by the supply, this production order. Again, if you want to double check, you can see that there is no reservation. But of course, if I want to reserve it manually for the project planning line, which is the same, I can do it. But again, at this stage, it doesn't really matter because I have the order tracking and I'm creating this order for the project. So I don't really need a reservation. So what happens with a warehouse set up with such complexity now that we have a released production order? Well, a couple of things. We can use the pick worksheet to create a pick in bulk. But in this case, I have one order, and therefore I'm going to create the warehouse pick from here. If I got enough inventory, and I do, the system tells me that I managed to create a pick. I find a pick here on the related order, and whether it's a put away or a pick line or a movement, everything shows here. And it's everything under one document, of course, because it's one pick. Let me show you the document. It's a warehouse pick that allows me to pick all the components that I need for this order. So I'm going to register the pick here to go quickly through the operations. And now that I open my production journal, I can see that consumption quantity has been updated automatically for me. All I need to do now is to tell the system that I spent 20 minutes preparing assembly and 1 hour for the assembly, maybe 5 minutes electrical wiring, preparing my station, and then 30 minutes. I also spend 10 minutes testing and 10 minutes packing. And I will end up with a finished product. Again, quickly go through this scenario because it's not really about production here. It's about the planning, WIP account. I need to set up resale for WIP account. So let me go to inventory posting setup. And so this is a resale item and I need the WIP account, which is this one. And since I'm here, there we go. I'm also updating the variance account. Now, this is a demo, so let's not pay too much attention about this setup. Everything seems to be all right. Now we want to post the output. And if everything goes according to the plan, there we go. We got consumption, we got labor, we got the actual output of the item. Now, and you can see finished quantity here. Now, you might remember that my location is set up so that I need to move the output with a warehouse put away. Now, when we do so, and after we register the output, Business Central will automatically create the put away for me. So there's nothing I need to do here, nothing else. You can see the level of automation that we get with this kind of setup. Again, more complexity does not mean that we end up working more, essentially. It's quite the opposite. And there we go. This is a warehouse put away that is going to use the production output and take my item from the output bin of my production shop floor into the put away. So this is where the item is supposed to be, right, in my warehouse. It's a storage location, right? The shelves where it is supposed to be. So again, I am a warehouse operative. I take my finished item from the packing table and I put it away on its shelf because the project team now will have to also handle it and pick it, right? So I'm going to confirm the put away. The item has been completely put away, and all I need to do now, if I want to, I can finish it. At this stage, this option is irrelevant. But again, we do it anyway. So we managed to go through everything, and therefore I am now ready to go back to my project and use a similar workflow that allows me now to pick that item from its storage, from a shelf, and place it into the project bin from where I can consume it. And that is the topic of the last section.